Welcome everybody. I hope everybody has joined here. So we are going to start our MySQL revision tour, which you have learned in your 11th standard. Clear? Some of the revisions which we have to do. So today we will be doing our revision. Clear? All right. So you know that what is a database? Database is an organized collection of data. Software used to manage database is called Database Management System, DBMS. What is relational database? A database in which data is stored in form of relations, also called tables, is called relational database. In other words, a relational database is a collection of one or more tables. Clear? So what is RDBMS? RDBMS is used to manage software relational database. Okay? It is a software management system. ठीक है. Some popular RDBMS softwares are Oracle, MySQL, Sybase and Ingres. This question is asked in examinations. Name some popular RDBMS software. तो आपको आंसर देना होगा Oracle, MySQL, Sybase and all. They have asked this question many times. Give two examples of that. So you should remember that two examples. Or you can use, you can write My Oracle, MySQL. These are easy to learn. Clear? All right. Now we've moved to the next benefits of using RDBMS. Well, first is redundancy can be controlled, inconsistencies can be avoided, data can be shared, and security restrictions can be applied. What is meant by redundancy? Redundancy का क्या मतलब होता है? What is meant by redundancy? Redundancy means the same data. For example, in a table we have, we have this roll number, name, class, marks. Suppose we have a table in which we have roll number, name, class and marks are there. Suppose one row we have inserted already in that. Now we we have inserted another row in that. Suppose two rows are having the same roll number, same name and same class and same marks, then it is called redundancy. So that means that this row of data is redundant. We don't need these types of data, these types of rows in our table. So that is why we have in every row, we must have one thing. One thing should be different. So that is why we make this primary key. Clear? Now, inconsistence can be avoided. Clear? The main thing is that when you are using this RDBMS, you make a lot of tables, and then what we do is that we interrelate these tables. Clear? Suppose I made one table for my school in which I have stored the students' details, and in another table I have stored the transport details of every student. Clear? So in that case, data which are present in the student table must be same which are present in that table. Yeah? So that is why. Otherwise, what will happen is that data will, some data is inconsistent. Some data is here roll number is something different and their roll number, bus number is something different, like that. Then it will create problems. So that means that everything should be correlated. Everything should be same. What is that? All right. So that is what. Now data can be shared also. So you can share the data. Now I don't think that is much more of a problem. And then security restrictions can be applied in that. Clear? And so they can ask you this question: what are benefits of using a DBMS software? Give two benefits that they are normally asking in this casting questions, which are what is meant by name any two. You should remember 2 points of every the things. Clear? Now, MySQL. MySQL is an open source RDBMS software it is available free of cost. Clear? So it is available free of cost. It's open source software, so you can download the software and you can work on that. So they earlier in the previous syllabus they used to ask this, what is MySQL. So you will have to write that it is open source RDBMS software. Clear? Next we move to relation table. Clear? What is relation and table? Relation and table are same things. It is technical name is relation. In local language we will be calling it as table. Okay? So table, these things you have learned in your 11th standard also. Clear? Table refers to a two-dimensional representation of data arranged in columns, also called as fields or attributes, and rows, also called records or tuples. Tuples in a database are generally related to each other to facilitate efficient management of the database. Interrelated tables also reduce the chances of errors in the database. Clear? Right. So next one is key. What is a key? A column or a combination of columns which can be used to identify one or more rows tuples in a table is called a key of the table. So what we call it as a key. Clear? Now there are these three things: primary key, candidate key, and then we have this alternate key. These are very important from the examination point of view. They often ask these questions: what is primary key, what is candidate key, and what is alternate. They are asking it for 2 marks, so you should remember this thing. Clear? Primary key, as you have learned in 11th standard, is this group of one or more columns used to uniquely identify each row of a relation is called as primary key. Clear? So every table must have one primary key. Next is candidate key. What is candidate key? A column or group of columns which can be used as a primary key of a relation is called as candidate key because it is one of the candidates available to be the primary key of the relation. Alternate key, a candidate key of a table which is not made primary key is called its alternate key. So we know that these are the technical definitions all, but to understand that, suppose in a class we want to make one monitor. Clear? But then there are a lot of candidates in the class who want to become monitors. They are also equivalently good, and everybody wants to, because they also are fully qualified to become the monitor. But then it is a restriction in our case that only one of the fellows can be made as a primary key. So we will be making only one man, one student as a monitor of the class. Only make one student of the class as a primary key. So that student who becomes the monitor, that is primary key. So the primary key means only one student of the class can become primary key. Okay? Candidate keys means all the candidates who are fully qualified to become a primary key, but due to a restriction that only one of the candidates can be made as primary key, we have this that clear. So then this next is alternate key. Alternate keys means what? The fellows or the students who are not able to become primary key, well, they will become alternate key. So candidate keys, clear? So these things we have learned in 11th standard also. Clear? Let's move down. They have created one table books. It has a session name, a session number, title, author, publisher, edition, price. Clear? Right. Students admission number, library card number, SSN number, issue date, return date. All right, this is staff, they have made this table. Okay. All right. Now in this they have taken primary SSN number as primary key for this table books. In students they have taken admission number as the primary key. Clear? All right. So now in 11th standard we have studied that what is the degree of a table. This is also important from examination point of view. They often ask what is degree of a table, or they will give data in a table and then they will ask what is the degree of this table. Clear? So degree of a table is the number of columns in the table. Clear? So number of columns, whatever number of columns are there in the table, you will have to count that and you will have to write the degree is equal to this. And then you have to count the number of rows in that table. So that is called as cardinality. So these they often ask this question: what is degree and cardinality? or they may give you some table and give some data on that, and then they will ask what is the degree of this table and what is the cardinality of this table. ठीक है? ठीक है. All right, we move to yes, now working with MySQL. ठीक है? SQL, structured query language. It is a language used to manipulate and manage databases and tables within them using RDBMS. Okay? So what is full form of SQL? Structured query language. You should remember these things. Next is DDL, data definition language. This is a category of SQL commands. All the commands which are used to create, destroy, or restructure databases and tables come under this category. Example of DDL commands are create, drop, and alter. So data definition language. Then this is used to create the outer structure of the table. Okay? Any manipulation done to the outer structure of the table, these things are done by the DDL. Clear? And DML, once the table has been created, then what are the data that we have to write? So for that we have SQL commands for that, like insert, update, delete. Clear? So these categories of commands are put in DML, data manipulation language. Clear? But DDL means what? DDL is are the commands which means the outer structure of the table is created. Clear? We create the structure using create, drop, alter, and all. These things are come in the DDL. Now DML, we know once the table has been created, then the data which are used, then the commands which are used to put the data in the table, these are called as DEML, data manipulation language. Okay? Then we have also, this is a DCL, data control language. It is a category of SQL commands. All the commands which are used to control the access of database and tables falls under this category. Example of DCL commands are grant and invoke. These are rights which are given to the user. Suppose there are many users working on one table, then we give the rights permission to the users. Clear? So that what they can do with that. Somebody, like if you have made one table and your friend is also sitting there on the computer, and he logs in there with his ID and password, and if you give him the rights to kill the table, then he can kill that table, or he can eliminate the table, he can delete that table. So the maker of the table gives the right to the other users of the table, because in this what happens is that a lot of tables are there and all the tables are interrelated with each other. Na? Suppose your friend is making one table and you are making another table, and you want to correlate those tables, then that is why sharing of the data has to taken place. Now the maker of the table, he will give the rights to the other fellow, that how much right he has. Can he delete that table, or your friend cannot delete that table. Clear? And the permissions, like suppose you want to give him the rights only to read that table, he cannot delete that table. So these things are done by the grant and revoke commands are done. Clear? But these things are not in your syllabus, but it is just to understand what is that grant and revoke. I have told you. Clear? All right. Now different SQL commands studied in class 11 standard summarized below. These are some of the commands. First is that create command, which is the first command that is written. Now create database. So create is coming. Database is also coming, and then database name D1, D2, D2, whatever you want to choose, you can choose here. This is a DDL command. Clear? And then is next one is again create command. Create table word is coming here. See, clear? This is a basic. What is difference between DDL and DML commands? Can you tell me? How do you identify whether this this command, the statement which you have written on the SQL is DML or DDL? See, in DDL commands, this create and database word will come. Clear? Like create table word will come. Clear? But in the DML commands, clear, like insert, into, table word will not come. The table name will come. Insert into T1 will come, because T1 is the what? T1 is the name of the table. But in DDL, what happens is that you will find that this create table T1 will come. Create database D1 will come. See, this is the basic difference. How will you identify this? Identify whether this is a DDL command or a DML command. Clear? All right. So create table. Table word is coming here, and then table name is also coming here. Column name, data type, column name, data type, column name, data types. So all the things you have to write. You have done this earlier also. All right. Next is alter table. So alter table is also a DDL command. Why? Because see, alter table and table name is again coming. Clear? So alter table. Once the table has been created, now you want to add one more field. You want to add address field in that. How will you do that? That is why we have this alter table name add. You have to add that, and then column name, whatever column name is there, address, and then data type, whatever data type it is there, you will have to write that. Clear? Next is alter table name, drop column name. Suppose you have created already one column name is created, and you want to drop that column name. Clear? Provided that you have the permission. So alter table name T1 whatever that, and drop that column name. What will happen? Your whole table column will be eliminated. Data will be eliminated. When you select that table, select star from T1, you will find that the column name is eliminated there. Okay? So next is alter table name, modify column new definition. Clear? Alright. Suppose you want to change the width of the address field from 10 characters to 20 characters. Clear? In that case, modification has to be done. You don't have to drop. You don't have to add any other column, anything to that. You have to only modify that column. No. So for that we have this modify column. Okay? Modify whatever column you want to modify, its name will come, and then you have to write the new definition down. Modifies the structure of the table. Clear? Next is use command. Use is the inventory. When you write this, use database D1, D2, D2. Clear? It is a DML command. Why it is DML command? Because use is coming. Use database D1 is not coming. Had it been that use database D1 was coming there, then you could have, then there would have been a DDL command. Now, but in the DML command, so only use database name D1, whatever you have made. Okay? All right. Now, next command shows the name of the current databases. Select database, and this circular brackets is also coming. So you have to write this. This will show the name of the current database. Clear? Next, what is show tables? So once you have got into the database, and then you want to see the all the tables which are there in that database. Okay? So what you will write? You will use D1, and then you will be connected to that database, and then get inside that, and then what you will do? Show tables. Show tables will show you all the tables which are inside the table. Okay? Because a lot of students are making a lot of tables in their databases. Clear? So you will have to now use that select command to see where you are and what we are working with that. Clear? Next is insert. Insert is also a DML command. Insert into table T1, T2, whatever is the name of the table, column 1, column 2, column name. Clear? Alright. Suppose, and then we have values. These are reserved words. Then value 1, value 2, value 3. These are the values which you are going to input in that. Okay? So generally what we do, if we want to give data to whole of the table, clear? What we do, insert into table name, and we skip these things. Clear? Insert into T1 values, and then we give the values. Alright? Values we are giving separated by comma. If it is a string or character, then you have to use inverted comma or apostrophes to enclose the data. Alright, and then semicolon will come, and then you have to press the enter key. Clear? But suppose you want to give the data only for roll number and name, then what? Then you have to use this syntax. Clear? Insert into T1, and then you have to roll number, comma, name. Clear? And then values. whatever roll number you want to put, roll number this, and then the name. Clear? This is how you select the entries into your table. Clear? All right. So we are moving now. Select command. This is the most frequent used command. Clear? So what is that? Select whatever you want to select. Clear? Is coming clear from table name. Then we have this where condition, which is used to put the restriction on the selection. Clear? And then we have order by, column name, expression, AC, DSC. AC is used for ascending order and DESC is used for descending order. You have learned these things in your 11th standard. Clear? Alright. Now, clear? If you don't choose the condition, what will happen? Whole of the table data, whole of the table will be and displayed on the computer screen. Clear? Next is describe. Describe, you can write DESC or you can write describe also. Full name can also, you can write this, but normally you can write DESC and then table name. DESC T1. Suppose T1 is the table, then you will write DESC T1. Clear? Then we have shows the structure of the table. You can use, you can write this. Correct. Now next important is update command. Update command. Once you have once the table is created, then what you do, the first data that you write is by using what? Insert command. Clear? So now, but once the data are put inside that, now you want to change the data. Suppose I want to change the marks of a student from 30 to 40. Clear? Or I want to change the name of that student from Ramesh Kumar to Ramesh Singh. Clear? Something like that. Then what we do, you write the update command. Update T1 set is also important. Many times many students forget this thing in examination. Update T1 or they write update table T1. This is again a problem. Clear? And their marks are cut. Update T1 set. Then we have set what? Column name, whatever column roll number is equal to value, whatever value you want to run, comma. Again, if you want to change the value of second also, whatever you can write here. Marks is equal to whatever name, roll number or something like that is equal to its value, comma, you can do this. But remember that set column name equal to value, comma, column name equal to value, comma, column name equal to value, comma, this will come in. Okay? Where condition, suppose you want to select only the restrict that only some marks where it is less than 30 marks should come, only updated. Clear? Or for some other range you want to update that data, then you can use this where condition also. Clear? Next is delete. Now this is a very peculiar command. See, in delete is the only command where between delete and from no star or nothing is coming here. Okay? Many times the students write in examination wrong things. So delete star from table name. This is wrong. See, syntax is that delete, clear, from table name. It is the only command where after that delete and between delete and from nothing is appearing here. Nothing. You don't have to write anything here. Clear? But write delete from and then T1 and put where condition, whatever condition you want to write, you write that so that row is eliminated. Clear? Suppose I want to delete roll number 1, then what do you have to write? Delete from T1, clear, where roll number is equal to 1. Clear? This is search criteria. Clear? Suppose I want to delete the records of all the students whose marks is less than 30, where marks is less than 30. Suppose it is like that. Then what I have to do? I have to write delete from T1 where marks is less than 30. Clear? Semicolon, enter. What will happen? From all the records where marks is less than 30 will be eliminated. Clear? So this is now the most important is that they always ask this question: what is the difference between delete and drop command? Clear? The drop is used for dropping the columns. Column, to eliminate whole of the column, this drop command is used. Drop command is also used to kill the whole of the table also. Clear? But delete command is only used to delete the row. Whole row is eliminated in this. If you search one, if you write the where condition, clear, then what will happen? A whole row satisfying this will be eliminated. Full row is eliminated here. Clear? If you want to eliminate marks of a particular student, then you cannot do it with the delete command. Then you will have to you will have to use, you will have to use that update command. Clear? So update command can eliminate, can change the data of a particular person, particular entity. Clear? But in this case, what is happened that the whole of the, if you use delete command will eliminate whole of the row. Whole row is eliminated. Clear? Clear? So this is the difference. These are important points. All right. So now, following are the clauses which are used with the select command. First is distinct, used to display distinct values from a column of a table. Clear? Suppose I have a address field, and in the address field I have inserted Varanasi, Delhi, Calcutta and all. So suppose I am writing select, okay? Select address from T1. What will happen? Whole of that column will come here. Clear? Tables, what will happen? Whole of that columns will appear there. Clear? But we are not, we are only interested in knowing the names of the, that only Varanasi should come one time. Clear? Or Delhi should come only one time. But so what we do? We use the term distinct. Select distinct. And then what, brackets, when you write the name of the field which you want to select. Clear? Where clause, you know that. Now between, between is used to define the range of values within which the column values must fall to make a condition true. Includes both upper and lower values. Clear? Like select star from T1 where marks between 10 and 20. Clear? So between 10 and 20, 10 will also be included and 20 will be also, all the people who are getting less than, between this 10 and 20, their marks will be shown on the computer screen. Clear? Next is in is used to select values which match any values in a list of specified values. Clear? Suppose I want to select only, I want to see the records of all the students who are getting only 10, 20 and 30. 10, 20, 30. Only 10, 20, 30. I don't want to see the records of 10.5, 10.2, 10.3. Okay. I want to see only records of 10, 20 and 30. Then what I will write? Select star from T1 where marks in brackets you write 10, 20, 30 and bracket close and then semicolon and then enter. You will be able to see the records. Clear? Like clause is used for pattern matching of a string data using wildcard characters star and this underscore. Star, this is a percent sign and this underscore. So percent sign stands for any number of character and this star stands for, underscore stands for one character. Clear? So suppose you want to see the records of all the students whose name starts with yes character, then what do you write? Select star from T1 where marks what? Like, L-I-K, like yes percent. Yes percent of course will come in inverted comma. Clear? And this is used for space. Clear? Now suppose I want to select, and some problem has come in. No. All right. Successful. All right. Sorry for that. Where was I? Suppose you want to check the null values. Clear? in any column, then what we use is that we use that is null and is not null is used. We want to see columns which are having null values. Clear? In that case, sometimes where column name is equal to null is written by the students, and then the marks are eliminated for that. See, when you want to check these null characters, null, N-U-L-L, then what happens? You have to write each null. Suppose I want to check all rows, clear, which have names as null. Null means what? Nothing. Nothing is stored in that. Clear? In that case, what I have to do? Select star from T1 where name is null. Name equal to null is not coming. Name is null will come here. Clear? Alright. Next is order by, used to display the selected rows in ascending or in descending order of the specified column expressions. Clear? Order by, you know that? No. So the order by used for sorting the database, sorting the table. Clear? Alright, they have written, given some table. Mm. Oh. Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright. Mm-hmm. Yes. Some network problem is coming. Now, suppose we wish to change the size of the column publisher of the books table from 10 characters to 20 characters. Then what will alter table books, modify, clear? Modify this column name, and then what will varchar variable char whatever char 20. So it will result 20. Clear? You can store 20 characters in this public field. Clear? So earlier it was 10 characters. Now you can store 20 characters in that also. So suppose we want to remove the return date column. This return date is the column in that, and we want to return. Then what we do? Alter table. This is the name of the table, and then we will drop, and then this is the field. Clear? Which you want to eliminate. So that will be eliminated. Okay? Now to insert values in the books table, they have written insert into books values. Okay? Whatever values with the circular bracket here and circular bracket here and semicolon, and then we have numbers. So you can write simply the numbers, comma, but then the characters must be written in apostrophes or in inverted comma. Okay? Whatever be that. Alright. Then we have one more record is inserter. Then students again we have, now they are written select star from books, select star from students, select star from staff. Okay, these are general which we have done already. We can understand it. Okay? Now to check the book of publishers APH present in the library, we enter the statement select star from books where publisher is equal to APH. Okay? So only those records where publisher is APH will appear there. Display. Okay? To display the books book list for which the price is between 250 and 500, we enter the statement select star from books where price is greater than 250 and price is less than 500. Clear? So greater than this and less than this. Okay? You can also use here between, also can be used between this and this. Clear? Alright. Alright, see, yeah, for between this and this. Okay? So when you are using this between, remember that between this and is also important, and this. Clear? Alright. So select star from books where publisher is equal to APH or publisher is equal to JPH or publisher is equal to APD. So all the records which have publisher as APH, JPH and APD will appear. Clear? Or you can use this also where publisher in APH, JPH, APD, because these are characters. So that is why our writing is apostrophe, this apostrophe, this apostrophe and this apostrophe. Clear? Alright. Now select accession number from student where issue date is not null and return date is null. Clear? So because issue date equal to, they are not used equal to. They, whenever you want to check the null values, you have to use is. So that is why is null, is not null is used. Okay? Select star from books, order by title. All right. These things you will have already done. Update student. They want to change the return date of this to this. Clear? So update student set. Set is important. Set return date is equal to this, where a session name is equal to this. So now you will find the return date of the students with this session number will be changed. Will a new thing will appear here when you write the select statement. Okay? Next we have this delete command. Delete from books where publisher is equal to PPP and edition is less than 1990. All right. Clear. All right. So today we are going to stop from here. All right. Mm, so I hope you will do your homework, and in case of any query you contact me on the WhatsApp group. Clear? Just remember to click likes also. All right.